Hi, I'm Shane Forgerson. I'm the Dean of Music here at SJVA. I help to facilitate the music program, working with our teachers, our students, and administration to help continually grow and develop our music program.
Hi, I'm aliraza 2C. I teach beginner, intermediate, and advanced string orchestras, and I also direct and conduct our SJVA Symphonic Orchestra here at SJVA. I also teach piano and as well as opera, and I help Shane to develop our curriculum together as well as all the other faculties to use all their inputs to create a very good curriculum for our students.
So recently, we've been working together to develop a comprehensive curriculum plan that will work across all of our instrument fields. So we do currently offer guitar, strings, piano, and choir, as well as some dance classes and musical theater classes. So right now we're working with our staff and administration to develop a comprehensive curriculum that will cross over all of our instrument fields so that each student in any of our classes will be learning the same content.
That's exactly right. As far as performance opportunities and collaboration between different clubs, we started with just a few classes after school, and then we developed that to more available classes where all these other students were able to collaborate with each other across different instruments as in forms of duets, trios, quartets. And this semester is the first semester that we're actually going to have a class called chamber music or chamber ensemble, which technically just focuses on that, where students across all these other classes would be able to pair up in whether it is duets, two people, three people, four, or even more. They would be able to pair up with their friends and perform in a summer recital concerts and more opportunities, as well as performing in school at SJVA. They were also able to perform outside of their school with different symphonic orchestras, different cities, and on different type of stages, and not only for a set of specific audience such as their parents and their friends. They were able to perform in front of musicians, other musicians, and get their opinions as well.
So we're working on developing collaboration between the different types of instruments that we offer here at SJVA. So currently, aliraza heads up a symphonic orchestra program in collaboration with Tim Newkirk, the band director. And right now they're working on a repertoire of concert music. So they're combining the strings orchestra here at SJVA with the symphonic band to create a symphonic orchestra. And this is the first year that we excuse me, that we are able to offer this program for credit during the school day. And like Ali Reza said, we're going to be performing not only at the MSJC Theater this year, but also collaborating with the Temecula Symphonic Orchestra and Youth Orchestra, and doing collaborations with them to perform in Temecula, and then our future plans are to outreach to other communities to give our students more opportunities to perform outside of the school.
Exactly. In fact, last semester when I took my advanced string orchestra to Temecula Youth Symphonic Orchestra, not only they played few pieces on their own, but also they joined Temecula Youth Symphonic Orchestra and they played it all together as full symphonic orchestra. On that concert, there was another orchestra coming from Georgia, and they were actually on tour. And that gave me a lot of ideas that we could have something like this. We could have our own symphonic orchestra because we do have a very set of handpicked, perfect professional music staff. We do have very talented students, and they are very passionate about what they do, and they love what they do. Considering this is all an after school music program. They play beautifully and they have learned so much from all their teachers. So we were able to finally have our own symphonic orchestra. And the first step would be to, again, perform with other symphonic orchestras, youth symphonic orchestras. And perhaps in soon future, we would be able to have SJVA be on tour and perform on different states, different cities to really make a fantastic name for ourselves as we already have in many places.
Exactly. So, in order to achieve these goals, we've been working really closely with our staff. We have a lot of very professional musicians here that are experts in their fields. So, we've been working with our staff to help us develop a curriculum that we can spread throughout our music program to assure that a student can go to any one of our classes, whether it be guitar, strings, piano, choir, and learn the same material, the same curriculum throughout our school. So some of the things that we're working on are teaching, making sure that the essential elements of music are being met, which is rhythm, melody, harmony, theory and ear training, and musicianship. So across the board, for individual grade levels, we're developing a curriculum that identifies specific needs within those areas and addresses them in each one of our classes.
Exactly. So regardless of what instruments the kids specifically pick, they're going to, of course, learn about their individual instruments that they're interested in, if not more. Many of my students, as well as other teachers' students, they are participating in more than one club, sometimes 3 clubs at the same time, and that's fantastic. Learning multiple instruments will actually help you to be better at your own instrument. At the first one that you start, the second one would help the first instrument you play, and so on. So regardless of what instrument they actually play, the basics is going to be unified within all of our teachers and all of our students. So they all would be able to learn the same level: music, history, theory, ear training, melody, harmony, everything that's about the basics of music. They would be able to learn it within their grade. Not to mention that we prioritize their ability and their knowledge in music, not necessarily how old or young they are. How the way that they're grouped is based on their experience and is based on how much they know, so that they would be on the most perfect group with very fantastic teachers continuing on the same unified method.
So to help facilitate this goal of having a unified curriculum, we are starting to create a video series. So we're going to be working with each one of our staff members to create their own technique videos, their own instructional videos on their instrument that we're going to be putting up on our website, so that students and parents and any support of our students have access to that 24/7. So when they come away from a lesson, that lesson will then be uploaded onto our website, and the students will be able to access that if they have any questions about any of the techniques or any of the concepts that are taught in the classroom.
Exactly, and I think that way, not only the students would be able to review and relearn and re-listen to everything that was said during the class, it's also the most efficient way to approach this goal. Not to mention that this is again an after-school music program, so all these kids come to the school at like 7:30, 7 in the morning. Some of them actually wake up at 6, and then they get back home at 5. Then they have homework to do, they have dinner, shower, family time, all this time, and they have to squeeze some practice time. So the best way, what we're trying to do here is to, first of all, acknowledge and really realize that the kids actually have not much time left in their daily basics. So what we're trying to do is to maximize the efficiency and the usage of that specific time. Even if it's just 15-20 minutes, they would be able to go back to that video that was taken just on that day based on our weekly lesson plans, and then get reminded of the specific points that was said in the class. And again, of course, with music and of course all sorts of arts, repetition is technically the key. I remember myself, my teacher repeated the same concept to me many times until I finally got it in different ways. So recording videos would technically be one of the best ways to approach this.
So along with recording videos for our students, we're also going to be recording videos for our staff to help with some professional development of not only our current staff, of which they will help us develop the curriculum and the input for those videos, but also for any future staff that we hire. So anybody that we hire, as our music program expands and as we have more needs for our students, they will be able to come into the school and have videos on our curriculum and what we're teaching across the board, as well as some techniques for classroom management, how to approach teaching in a classroom scenario. A lot of our students, or a lot of our staff members, are experts on their instruments, and we like to help develop their in-class techniques. So we like to help do professional development for them as teachers, because we already know that they're coming to our school as expert musicians, and we want to help further develop their careers.
Exactly. So as we hire more teachers, they would be able to have access to technically the history of SJVA music-wise. They would be able to just go over the videos and learn all about what we've done, what we used to have, what we've done to improve on what we used to have and what it is now, and all of our future plans, as everything is going to be recorded. Just to give you guys a very short example of the specifics, for instance, for our first grade, we would pretty much cover the very basics of singing, playing, composing, listening to different repertoires and such. And as they improve on that, they would be able to get the same type of material but upgraded. So that's one of the other benefits of using method books, being unified across all these other classes, and having all our fantastic staff on the same page as far as curriculum goes.
Exactly. So our goal is to provide the most well-rounded and most comprehensive music program that we can. And we're always learning more things, and we're always trying to help our staff and help our students to learn more concepts and to develop our program. We've been thankful for having a very supportive administration and supportive board members and community members that really appreciate the arts and the music that we bring to our school.
Exactly. And I just wanted to mention one more thing. That is, I come from a different culture and different country, of course, and truly seeing this support and this type of mostly emotional support that comes from the teachers, the staff, board members, and schools administration is unreal. I'm not even exaggerating. It's fantastic. And the kids acknowledge that. The parents specifically truly appreciate that. And with a fantastic leadership, teamwork, we were able to increase our numbers as students go, and truly take a huge leap since when we started it about 3-4 years ago. This is like our third or fourth year. We only had, I remember when we started here, we only had 3 classes, barely, like few students in strings, in guitar and vocal. And then now, not only we have multiple classes, multiple instruments offered, many students involved, but also we actually have a very professional group of students who are very talented, very passionate, and that is truly what drives us to be very energetic and passionate and do the best work we possibly can do. And this is part of a much bigger picture that's completed with everyone's support, including Board of Trustees, administration, deans, teachers, parents, and love of the kids for the music itself.
Exactly. So when we started, we had a small number of students. We've grown this music program in the after-school program in particular to over 400 students. So we're reaching a large portion of the population here at SJVA, and we want to continue growing that program. We are never satisfied with our growth, and we're always trying to better ourselves and better our program, reaching out to the community, working with MSJC. Our goal is to have students come into our program at the basic level. Being a K through 12 school, we're able to have students at the elementary level, and our goal is to see those students all the way up through high school and develop them as musicians, so they can transition into going to colleges if they desire to, or being lifelong learners in the field of music. A lot of things that colleges and universities offer are music scholarships, So that is a big goal of ours, is to help develop these students so that when they get to the level of auditioning for these colleges and universities, they're able to understand the audition process and the material that they need to be able to get into these schools and have a better success rate of achieving those goals and getting those scholarships to help them in college.
That is exactly true. The three main elements for any musician to be very successful would be dedication, responsibility, and persistency. And to be honest, teaching them music, besides the fact that they're learning music, they're learning their instruments, and it's lovely, it's very fun, passionate, it touches their souls, and they're able to use all these tools to express themselves, which is beautiful as it is. But along the way, they would literally experience a very high level of dedication, responsibility, and persistency. It's not easy to do in musical instruments. It truly isn't. You have to spend hours and hours, and you have to love it. So the result is technically not even just having them learn to play piano or violin or guitar, or to sing. It's the culture of what it takes to achieve something that's great, what it is that you want to have, to show them goals, to set some goals for them, and to explain how beautiful that goal is. And once they truly become to love that goal, they would experience what it takes to do, what it needs to be done for them to achieve that goal. And as the result, many of my students are getting better grades just because they're doing music, because now they're truly understanding what it takes to take everything to the next level. So when you think of the whole program, it's not even just about music. It's about academic, it's about improving them in a whole different level. So as they prepare for college, not only they would be able to get the scholarships, as Cheyne mentioned, but they would be able to be successful people just by understanding the material, just by understanding the basics of what it takes to achieve a goal. So we are extremely happy and proud of them.
Exactly. So the idea is that we're not only developing musicians, but we're also developing community members. We're developing our students as people, being prepared to go out either into the workforce or being prepared to go to higher education. And the skills that they learn throughout music, like Aliraza said, dedication, being able to be resilient and working with change, being able to work as a team member in a group, being creative and thinking of creative solutions. All those topics directly translate into their lives as they grow older and as they decide to either move into the workforce or decide to pursue higher education. So again, we're so appreciative of all of the support that we have with our staff members, with the deans, with administration, with the board of trustees, because without their help, we would just be two guys teaching music. And with all the support, we're able to expand our music program and really reach a large number of students and achieve these goals. So we'd like to share with you some of the types of videos that we will be recording on our instruments. And these are specific techniques or anything that's being taught in the classroom that will then be uploaded to the website for students to view after the class.
Exactly. So there's going to be weekly videos specifically for parents and students to work and take a look at those videos over and over after each lesson to review all the materials that was said and taught during that week, or specifically that lesson, that day. And once again, if I had to just use one sentence to explain what we do and why we do it, it's just because the love for the kids and music, and of course, none of this would have been happening if it wasn't based on teamwork. No individual would be able to achieve such greatness as we have. And that teamwork extends to everybody, from students all the way to the Board of Trustees. So thank you. Thank you for all your support. And the kids love it. So that means everything to all of us.
Thank you.